Welcome back. Today I am joined by Jennifer Murphy, who is here on behalf of Recreation. Well, Jennifer, I waved to you last week down at the Vaccination Distribution Clinic. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Well, I know you guys have been very busy trying to keep up with the governor's opening, reopening, closing, who knows? It's always something different. So I'm sure you guys have been having to, adjust along. So first let's talk about, what has happened, over the course of the last couple of months.
Certainly. So we're currently in the purple tier and we have our outdoor recreation activities still happening. We have our gym open. We also have some classes that are taking places. What we did over the course of the holidays when we saw some lockdowns taking place, we pulled back on our events and a couple programs that we were about to roll out. So we pulled back on those, put the brakes on. And right now, everything is up and running. We have our golf, we have all of our racket sports, tennis, pickleball, paddle tennis, our bocce courts, our lawn bowling is open. Our recreation classes are still going strong. We did have a couple of our instructors who pulled back and they wanted to kind of hold off for a bit until we get to another tier. But I'm ready to kind of go over some of those classes. We have a new instructor that just came on board that we're excited to announce. One of our more popular classes in the community is Zumba, and we had an instructor that was with us for quite a long time. She has retired and moved on, but we have secured a new Zumba instructor that we're excited about. Her name is Tracy. She is teaching Zumba twice a week for us right now. Her Wednesday class is completely full, but she is teaching on Mondays and we still have some availability there. This class takes place on the Clubhouse 2 back patio. So it is covered, there is shade. Everybody is spaced out by 10 feet. The cost is $20 for 4 classes. But it gives residents an opportunity to get out, hear some good music, do a little dancing, and also burn a few calories. So that is our newest class that we're offering right now. I did also want to mention that we have a variety of fitness classes being taught by Patsy Moore. She's teaching aquatic fitness for us, cardio strength, boxing fusion, cardio dance. We also have resident James Tung, who's teaching Tai Chi for us right now. And then a non-resident instructor, Alicia, who has been teaching our cycling classes. She has got a full following. She's very popular and she's teaching cycling 5 days a week. So we're excited to have her on board. And then we also have Janet Gilliam, who's teaching chair fitness. These classes are all current. They are 4 classes that run in a 4-week span. Residents can sign up for these classes through our ActiveNet link on the website. If they need some assistance, you can call our main number and our staff is very versed in registering them. They can help over the phone by calling our main number. But in addition to these classes, once we move into the next tier, once we're able to move into that red tier, we can add a few more. I do have some exciting stuff that we kind of have in the works that we're hoping to roll out soon. Bingo. That is a very popular activity here in the village. So we were just about to roll bingo out and we had to put the brakes. So that is ready to go. We hope that we can bring bingo on in March. We also are getting ready to open up our riding program at the Equestrian Center. We're going to do a soft opening where we're going to first have our boarders who are already on site. We're going to allow them to register and get back into the classes that we offer there, as well as the helpers that are on site. And then the next phase will be to open it up to other residents, but that is also in the works. Hopefully we'll be getting that going in early March. We also are thinking about doing some outdoor art classes. I know that the weather is kind of iffy, it's constantly changing, but we'd like to focus on doing some outdoor classes for the arts. So we have that kind of working with our Clubhouse 4 supervisor. And then the other big thing is that we did have to put the brakes on our outdoor concerts. Those were getting very popular, but we will be bringing those back as well, in addition to lots of other ideas that we do have.
Yeah, you guys are always very busy. Let me ask you something about the classes that you mentioned earlier, like the Zumba class and the bicycling. Where are all of those being conducted?
So the majority of our classes are all over at Clubhouse 2, because we have the covered patio that's there. And right now, providing shade to residents and having that nice kind of partially enclosed space. So those classes are all taking place there,
Mhm.
except for our cycling classes. The cycling classes stayed over at 5, Clubhouse 5, due to the fact that the bikes are very heavy to move. So we kept those classes there. But we probably will be rolling out some additional classes, but we're going to keep those mainly at 2 because of the layout that we have.
And then you mentioned the gym was open. You're talking about the outdoor gym.
Yes, we do have our outdoor gym, Fitness One, over there operating with our staff, where residents can book a time slot and go and get on all of their favorite machines so they can keep working towards, their New Year's goals.
So that's great. So you have a system, obviously, the active net system that people can sign up for all of these things. And there's a maximum amount capacity based on what we're undergoing at this time. So is it 15 people or how many?
So it varies. The cycling classes were limited to 15 because that's all the bikes that we have. Our other classes, we did have a limit on those, and depending upon how much space they need. So, for example, yoga, they mainly stay on a mat. They're not kind of moving all over the floor. We will allow more yoga because we can space them out. But for a class that's like jazzercise or anything where they're moving on the floor, we've got to kind of limit those a little bit more because they're kind of moving about. We got to make sure that they're not going to be running into each other.
Right. And masks are required at all times during the class, correct?
Well, not necessarily. So the masks are required when they arrive. The mask is required when they check in and once they move to their spot, but not when they are working out, with one exception. We have some instructors that will only teach if their students are masked.
Okay.
So if the instructor is stating that it's required for them to teach, then the residents are notified, it's in our advertising, and
Okay.
that they do have to wear the mask the entire time. But we do have some classes, cycling, for example, they're not wearing a mask while they're on the bike.
Okay. Well, and you've distanced them apart too, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, trying to work out with a mask is just horrible. It's so
Yes.
hard. I can barely breathe with it as it is. So I can't even imagine trying to exercise with one. So that's great that you have made all of these accommodations. I'm sure everyone has been just so thrilled to be outside. I mean, the weather is cooperating now, a little on the chilly side, depending on the time of day, but the fact that they can get outside and get some fresh air. And most people, I mean, boy, we're working hard at getting them vaccinated. So as
Yeah.
soon as everyone's vaccinated, everyone should feel a lot better about it. So
Yes.
maybe at that time, we'll be able to have a little more normalcy. I know you've been talking a little bit about March. Well, that's just right around the corner. So I'm certainly hopeful that that is the case. Now, let's say we move out of the purple tier into the next tier, which would open up a whole lot more opportunity for certain types of activities. So I know you probably have people kind of on hold. I mean, obviously, the entertaining that you did, there was a couple of times that you were able to, and then they shut stuff down. So are you looking to bring those kinds of things back again where people were doing the drive-through?
Definitely. We had a series of 6 concerts. We had various bands booked, a comedian booked, and we got through October and November and then had to break. So as soon as we have the go, we're going to go back to our entertainers and get them rescheduled so we can get back to doing what we love.
What would you say the hardest thing about your job is right now?
I would say the hardest thing is trying to please everybody because you've got some residents that are very cautious, overly cautious, and then you have others that just, they want to have their freedom. And so it's hard kind of finding that fine line. And then the other thing that was hard but kind of has gotten better was we're not seeing them. Recreation is face to face with these folks. We see them on the regular basis. We know them by name. And so for those of us, who are working in the offices, we don't have that connection. So the past 3 weekends when I've done vaccinations, I have seen so many of my favorite residents. Now I've had to pull my mask down and say, it's Jennifer. but it's been really great seeing them and just having that quick connection with them. We really miss our face-to-face with them.
It's true. I mean, it is hard, and we haven't had guests here for obviously the entire time. And so we're doing everything via Zoom, and that's great, but it's not that physical connection, like you said. So we're all certainly looking forward to that. What are some other things you want to tell us about?
The only other thing I really like to mention is that Recreation has been assisting with the coin exchange program. We've been working with security to get those residents who are in need. There was a shortage. I believe there still may be a shortage, but we just want to make sure that the word is out that beginning on Thursday the 18th, that would be the week of the 15th, we are going to be cutting back. We're not going to be offering coins at 2 locations twice a week. We're going to narrow it down to once a week. Coins will be offered only on Thursdays. If you live in the United area, your coins will be available on the 1st and the 3rd Thursdays at the PAC. If you live in 3rd Mutual area, you will be offered coins on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday at Clubhouse 5. So we're just cutting back a little bit, but we're still offering it. They can purchase up to 2 rolls, and we just ask that they bring exact change.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you for giving us an update. I appreciate it, and you're doing an amazing job. Keep it up, and we'll look forward to hearing some more openings coming soon.
Excellent. Take care.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much. And we'll be right back after this.